Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Promptings webinar. My name is Callie Teagarden. I am so excited you are here tonight to learn more about Promptings. We have an amazing company, and I'm really excited to share with you about our company and all that we have to offer. To get started, I've got a quick little video. Love this to tell you first and foremost a little bit about prompting. So let's get started with that. Love, love, love that. I love the energy of that. Tonight, we're going to share more with you about promptings. Real quick, to tell you a little bit about me and my story. I got started in this company because I was looking for a simple way to stay in touch. I wanted to be able to easily send birthday thank you and holiday cards out to my clients. My mom raised me sending thank you cards. I knew the importance of building relationships, staying in touch, and I knew the power of sending something in the mail to make someone feel appreciated. So when I found this system and the promptings mechanism, I knew it was the answer to my prayers and helping me better connect with people. What I didn't expect at the time was that promptings was also going to help me connect me with my purpose and put me on a path. But before I get ahead of myself, I want to introduce missionary officer, Mr. Cody Bateman, so he can share with you why he started Promptings and the best way to act on your promptings. So Cody, take it away.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cody Bateman. I'm the founder of the Promptings movement. Appreciate you being with us tonight. I want to share with you a couple of stories. One is how this whole thing started in the first place and what our mission is and what we plan to do to change this world of ours by helping millions of people act on their promptings. We hope that you're one of them. So it all started back in 1989. I accepted a job offer. I just graduated from college and accepted a job offer to work for an ad agency in New York City. So when we accepted that job, we packed up all of our belongings. I was newly married at the time, had a little baby girl. We packed up all of our belongings, put it in a U-Haul truck. We were driving this little car of ours in front of the U-Haul truck. And we went over to my mom and dad's house to say bye to the family. So we said our goodbyes. And I remember coming out in the front of my parents' home, and we got into the car and we put little baby Whit got into the passenger side, and I went to get into the car. And as I went to get in, I looked over in a lot adjacent to my parents' home. My older brother, Chris, was moving some vehicles around in this lot. And at that moment, I had what I call a prompting, an intuitive thought that I needed to stop what I was doing, go over to my brother, give him a hug, tell him I love him, and say goodbye. That was the prompting. And we were in a hurry. There were people waiting for us. There was another couple that was moving with us that was driving the U-Haul truck. And we all needed to leave. And so what do you think happened? I ignored the prompting. I remember getting in the car and driving away, and I honked and waved at my brother as we drove off, and he waved back at me. I'll never forget the look on his face. And we drove away, and we drove all the way across the country, moved into our new home in New York City area. And a couple of months went by and everything was going well until one night I got a phone call about 2 o'clock in the morning. And my mother was on the other end of that line, and she tearfully let me know that my brother Chris had just been killed in an accident. Now, that was devastating news. In fact, I remember when I got that news, the first thing I thought of is that I had this prompting that I needed to say bye to him, and I ignored it. So at that very moment, I made a promise to my brother Chris, to myself and to my brother Chris. I said to him, I said, I'm sorry, brother, that I ignored that prompting. And I promise you that when I have promptings to reach out in kindness to others, I will act. And I'll do all I can to help as many people as I can do the same thing. That was in 1989. Excuse me. That's when this whole thing started. That was the dream that was put into my mind at that moment. And everything I did from that day forward was to figure out how to deliver the promise. I needed to act on my promptings. I needed to help other people act on their promptings. Now, keep in mind, this is a long time ago. This is in 1989. It was even pre-internet days. We didn't even have the internet back then. So the concept and idea that I had was I had to find a way to help people act on their promptings. And I knew that for myself, a way for me to express myself, my appreciation, my kindness to others, it was a lot easier for me to write those things. Like if I wrote somebody a message in a card, it was a lot easier for me to express myself in a card than it was verbally. So I figured early on that whatever I did, it was going to have something to do with greeting cards, because a greeting card was a simple way for me to act on a prompting. If I had a prompting to say thank you to somebody, I could quickly send them a card in them. So I started doing all kinds of things pre-internet days to try to figure out how to do that. You can't even imagine the things that we tried to do, but this thing called the internet came along. And when the internet came along and I saw the possibilities of the internet, the light bulb went on that, man, if there was a way that you could send.
Oh, sorry, you guys. Not sure exactly what happened with Cody there. Hold on. What happened to my computer? We lost Cody. Oh no. We lost Cody on that. I don't know what happened. We must have had a connection issue there. Cody goes on to talk about what his plan was, this promptings mechanism that he built. And with this promptings mechanism, you can simply go in and act on a prompting and reach out in kindness to others. I'm going to move on. Hopefully he'll be able to come back and tell us more. If not, we've got two amazing guests on here tonight to share with you more about promptings. So as Cody was mentioning, acting on your promptings, the best way to act on your promptings is appreciate others. And when you do, you attract prosperity. As I mentioned, this company helped connect me not only to people, but also my purpose by acting on those promptings. And promptings, well, those are those intuitive thoughts that call on you to take positive action, right? And promptings will create genuine human connection and guide you to your personal genius. How do you act on your promptings? Well, the best way that Cody has found, and we have found with this company, our heartfelt messages have always been the best way to act. And Cody developed the promptings mechanism. Many of our users know it as send out cards. And send out cards is a system designed specifically to help you act on those promptings to others. Now, I have two guests on with us tonight. I'm really excited for you to hear their stories about how they're using the prompting mechanism or send out cards to reach out in kindness to others. So our first guest is Cheryl Lyons. Cheryl, I'm so excited for you to be here tonight to share your story with everyone. I know you have some amazing shorts stories to share with us. So as I bring up your cards, if you want to take a minute and share a little bit about yourself as well, we'll then bring up your cards and let you share.
Thank you, Callie. It's really a pleasure to be here, so I appreciate being able to share. I pretty much, when I started with Send Out Cards, started out as a customer because business-wise, I'm a coach and I do training, and I'm also a marketing director. And so during that time, I've always felt about relationship marketing and building those connections to have to my clients. And so that's always been very, very enjoyable to me. One of the things, though, that was really a pleasure for me in general, though, was when I guess what it was is years ago, I have grandchildren, 3 granddaughters, and my son and daughter-in-law that live over about 500 miles away. And with them being 500 miles away, you know, sometimes we start kind of feeling sorry for ourselves, or we feel inadequate. And during that time, they have grandparents nearby, which is my daughter-in-law's family, and they do everything with the kids and, you know, spend the money on them and go places and do that. And here I am far away. And even though I visit 4 times a year, I just was feeling like, you know, I would kind of be the less grandparent, I guess is the way to put it. And so in order to get out of my funk, I guess the way I put it is I thought, okay, what can I do? This is all about, it's not about that, because my children didn't have grandparents to do for them and didn't have those relatives. And so I thought this really is a blessing. This is really great for them to have family nearby and to build those relationships with aunts, uncles, and grandparents. And I thought, so I got out of that situation, and I was really prompted to think, okay, what can I do just to really show my love and build my relationships so that I have those relationships with my granddaughters, because I do visit them 3 or 4 times a year. And so I was prompted to start sending the girls cards, because my daughter-in-law posts on Facebook a lot, and she's got these photos. And so the very first one, this is my granddaughter Indigo, and Indigo was probably 2 at the time, and she's a very flamboyant personality. She's a gem. And so the first card, one of the cards I sent her, was the one there on the left, and it had just different memories for that whole summer. And so that one I sent her. And then periodically, it wasn't a lot, maybe 4 or 6 times a year, you know, Valentine's Day, I grab a card in the back dashboard and send some gummy bears or something as a gift, and then different holidays. And then recently, you can tell she's a little bit older there with her dad, my son, and she was at our end of the school year picnic. And so there's some more memories with her. Well, then the pandemic came, and during that time, I wasn't able to see them at all. And so it was like Christmas time, and I received a text from my daughter-in-law, and she says, your Christmas present is going to be a little bit late. She said, because Indigo insists on making you a card. And I said, oh, that's wonderful. That's great. And I loved it. She made a homemade construction-made card, you know, on paper, and it was really, really cute, a big, huge heart. So we fast forward, and the pandemic being over, and I was really, really happy I was going to visit, but she's now 7. And with her being 7, I thought, you know, let's not be too assertive with her, because she may not remember me. She was so young years ago, other than me sending her things in the mail periodically. And of course, some of the photos had me in them so that she'd know who I was as Grandma Cheryl. When I walked in the door, and she come bouncing in from the backyard, and she says, she's real happy. And I said, Indigo, do you remember? She's just all excited. And she says, yes, Grandma, I remember, because I get all those pretty, pretty cards from you all the time. And she gave me this big hug. So I enjoyed the week with them, but as we were leaving, I'll remember this, because Courtney, daughter-in-law, was saying that some other friends are coming to visit in a couple of weeks, and immediately Indigo says, oh, I need to make sure I make them a card. So she's so excited about what she receives from me, but she's also creating that habit because of how she feels so good to start giving people cards. And so I was really, really excited as to how this really is building my relationship with her on a regular basis. And that love is there. And so I just really am excited how Send Out Cards and listening to my prompting to do that for her really added a lot for me too. There we go. So then my second card I'm going to show you is a professional. Many times we sometimes think that our heartfelt cards are birthday, thank you, appreciation in that regard. And I have a client, and she, being in real estate for over 20 years, decided to go ahead on her own and start her own company. And so one of the things she needed to do is get her broker's license. And so when I first spoke to her about sending the card, she was, you know, kind of not really sold on it. And I thought, okay, no problem. So I just periodically would send her a card. This is the card that made the difference. Because with me coaching her and me assisting her with marketing ideas, and I sent this card so she'd have her dates, but also to show her as that winner after she finished taking her classes, then we came up with an idea that she's talking to me and she says, well, I want to send newsletters to people. And I said, so how do you normally do this? And she said, type it up and send it in an envelope. And I said, well, are you open to something new? And she said, yes. And so she went ahead and she signed up for her Send Out Cards account. And I helped her for many months. We do this once a month. This is her newsletter. It's a 3-panel card. Sometimes the front of it, Northwest, North Idaho, real estate. She's got things on the front there. I said, we need to change the topic periodically so that they don't just assume it's the same thing. But the main thing is to have that warm, friendly feeling anytime they hear or see your name. So to fast forward, this is one she created on her own. The front greeting is personal from her with the recipe, and it says summer, greetings on there. Then she always has, on the left side, she had a recipe of hers. The center was something on real estate. And then the right one is her daughter's recipe and her daughter's cooking in the kitchen. And then she always puts the local happenings in her newsletter. And she said she was so amazed. She says she was getting Facebook messages, text messages, people saying, these are great. People saying, wow, can I have some more of these to hand out to my friends? And then she started going into some businesses and she'd see her cards sitting on their desk or her cards sitting on the counter in their print shop. And she's like, Cheryl, this really works. And then she started getting leads. So she got some listings and she got, sorry about my phone. She got some listings and she got some things like that. And now she's actually getting referrals, listings, buyers, and she's really sold. So we've done a flat card for an invitation we've done for her when she has a gathering of gratitude at her office. We've had things that we do for her on a regular basis. She's just buying some system sends because this is sent on a system send, and she's doing more and more and more. And she's super excited about the results that she's getting. So it's really, really exciting to see how this is really great for business owners. And she is going to be doing campaigns and more system sends and different things along the way. And then I have one other one that's a card to myself. And that one is, I went to Promptings to Prosperity. And I do want to preface this, in my professional years, I worked for Tony Robbins in the late 1990s when he started out. I'd taken courses from, Peak Potentials and Dr. Wayne Dyer and all kinds of people. But when I went to this course, and I really had an area that I wanted to focus on, it really was super beneficial for me. And one of the things we did during this course was create cards for ourselves. And one of the reasons I cross the front, because this is what Cody teaches in Promptings to Prosperity, that we're human. And some days we start, having negative feelings and how we bring them up forward. And so it's a reminder to me on my vision and who I am and what I'm doing in my life and claiming my I am statements, but also a reminder to me when I read this card every day, and especially the front, that who am I sending cards to that day? And how can I touch them in a way where they're up at the upper level of the high energy so that I'm adding a very positive moment in their life. And so I'm really enjoying creating some of these cards for myself so that I am enriched and empowered to help others too. So this has been really great for me.
Love, love, love that, Cheryl. Fantastic stories. I love what you helped your real estate agent start, right? And she's doing them herself now. We also have a VA service that can help do things like that. But she's getting the referrals because she's creating value in her marketplace, right? I love that with the recipes. I would keep that and be like, well, I'd hand it to my husband and say, can you make this? He does the cooking in our house. But what a great way to stay top of mind, not be salesy, put value in there, but also have information on what's happening in the real estate market. That was brilliant.
Thank you. And what's really great is now I'm introducing her to go to the VA so they can go to an account, her Facebook account, and go in and get her more contacts, update her contact list. And then what's next on my list, of course, because she's going to be adding real estate agents in her office, is find someone to do the graphic part for her. So that way I do the sales copy and I help her and I give her ideas, but that way she actually has it on a regular basis with her agents and for herself. So this is going to be really exciting.
I love it. Thanks so much for sharing. I also wanted to share with everyone, you had mentioned our Promptings to Prosperity here at Promptings. We also have Promptings Education. We have our Promptings seminar several times a year. This is our entry level event. We also have the Promptings to Prosperity event. We've done 2 this year. Our next one is in March. So if you have questions about that from our Promptings page, you can go to Promptings Academy, ask the person who invited you. They can also share their Promptings page with you. Our next guest, I'm also excited to have Donna Sylvester on the line with us tonight. Donna, you and I met several years ago, and I know you've been using this system as an amazing way to stay in touch, build relationships, and help others do the same. So I'm going to let you little bit more about yourself, and then we'll bring up your cards that you're gonna share.
Perfect. Thanks so much for having me, Kelly. I always love doing these things with you. It's 2009. I was a brand new entrepreneur who didn't even know I needed to say thank you. And then up pops a system that allows me to do that, do it easily, and have fun. So you mentioned that you didn't expect what happened when you found send out cards. Well, I didn't expect how much fun I would have. And the fun comes from sharing photos and being able to send people cards at unexpected times. So I have fun making them, and I have a lot of fun when people call me and respond to the card. And you'll see that in one of the stories I've got for you here tonight. So this first card is to a gal that I met in a personal development event back in 2019. And in that event, I learned how important her daughters are to her. And one of the things I do regularly is I surf through Facebook looking for great pictures that are meaningful to the people that I want to connect with. And she had posted this picture of her daughters. And so I put that picture on the front of a card. It was during COVID, so the cards were a great way to maintain connections during COVID, and just sent her a quick card saying what beautiful women that are in this card, and telling her that it looks like she's doing well in COVID. And it was really just a touch. And, you know, I didn't really hear from her when I sent her this card. Now, definitely I hear from a lot of people, as you'll see later on. But sometimes people get frustrated that they send a card and they don't hear from the person they sent it from. So let's fast forward to last week. I was having a conversation with her, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I have that card you sent me with my daughters on the front hanging in my house. I look at it all the time." She said, "I just absolutely love the cards that you send me." So my message is, the fact that someone doesn't reach out and let you know the impact your card has doesn't mean it hasn't had a significant impact on them. So that's my story for that card. The next card is, again, something I have a lot of fun with. I love to use the 8x10 big card to celebrate events in life. Could be births, graduations, family reunions, could be a memorial service. In this case, it was the holiday celebration we had here with my family in Christmas of 2021. So my brother and sister-in-law, I lived with them at the time, and they have grandkids all over. They have 2 grandkids in Japan, and they have family here in the Beaverton area as well that were at the celebration. So I took lots of pictures. That's one of the things I've learned with this is take lots of pictures. You be the person at the events that takes lots of pictures, because people will love seeing them afterwards. And so when we have those celebrations, I create a big card and send it to each of the families that were there. And in what I do is I put different pictures on each person's big card according to their family pictures and the things that I think will be important to them. So this was my big card. To my brother and sister-in-law are on the front of this particular card, but I also sent it to his son in Japan, and I sent it to her son and her daughter in the Beaverton area with memories from that Christmas celebration. So The next card I want to show you is another card that reinforces what Cheryl was talking about. Kids absolutely love getting cards. They love seeing pictures of themselves, and they love seeing pictures of themselves with the people in their lives that are important to them, their parents, their grandparents, brothers and sisters. And so Dr. Jessica is my chiropractor in Denver, and her daughter Jaden, she posted a picture on Facebook of Jaden, and the message says, "You're making history this year." Frankly, I can't remember what it was Jaden did that was history making. However, I put her picture on the front of the card. It was a flat card so that she could easily put it up on her bulletin board in her room. And I put her and her mom on the back panel of the card. And I got back from her mom a little 30-second video clip of Jaden opening the card. And every time I watch the video clip, it just makes me smile. And Callie, I think you've got that pulled up so we can play the video clip.
Gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look how cute this is. Aww. Oh my gosh. Look at the back of it. Oh my goodness. I love this.
Love, love, love. Beautiful, Donna. So many great ideas of using this system to reach out and make people feel special in life, in business, right? People hang out, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And this is an amazing system to make people feel appreciated, build that trust, build that knowing. And so with that, how would you like to make those in your life, your family, your friends, your clients feel like Jaden did, right? That is the power of the system. For you to join us here at Promptings, we have several ways you can get started. If you have never sent a card on our system, the best way is to start with our Promptings mechanism 10 card challenge. This allows you to send 10 cards, stamps included, anywhere in the world over 20 days. And it just doesn't change the 10 lives of the people you send it to. It changes 11 lives because it changes yours as well. If you've already tried our 10 card challenge, check out our heartfelt prompting card subscriptions. We have 37 that gives you 20 cards a month and discount on gifts, or our 97 unlimited. You can send 1, 3, 5 cards a day. A great way to build relationships and stay in touch. We also have our Promptings process package. This package includes the best of everything we have. It has that first month of our 97 unlimited. It has 100 system cards. That's like what the real estate agent sent, where you can create one card, send it out to a group of people. It has our stream virtual assistant to help you get everything set up. It has a coach to help coach in the process, and so much more. It also includes our first level prompting seminar tickets. Again, we have other options. The holidays are coming. Our system is amazing for holiday cards as well. So if you're not sure what's best for you, or if you've got questions, please get back with the person who invited you onto this webinar. They can help you determine what's best for your needs. And last, I'd be amiss if I didn't mention, we also have an opportunity here at Promptings. You can get paid to share promptings with others and this amazing system we have. Again, if you have more questions on that, please get back with the person who invited you onto this webinar, get your questions answered, and get started with us today. Start letting those in your life know that they matter, that you appreciate them, because it will make a difference both in your personal life and your business life. So get started today, and please let me be the very first person to welcome you to Promptings. Thanks, everyone. Good night. Bye now.